Welcome to Screen It or Stream It,
where we take a look at a movie that's in theaters now
versus one you can stream at home,
and we try to decide which one should you go with. This week on Screen It or Stream It, we're talking Alien Covenant. And as everyone knows, once the Covenant gets started, it's only a matter of time before Master Chief swoops in and slaughters all of them. He'll start off with his sniper rifle, picking off the stragglers at a distance, but when they get close, it's the assault rifle all the way, mowing down the oncoming hordes of the Covenant scum for control of the ring world.
What are you talking about?
Wait, this isn't the Halo movie?
No.
Ha! Oh.
It's Ridley Scott's sequel to Prometheus and the prequel to the 1979 Alien.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, I got this. Alien Covenant starts with a ship of colonists traveling through space on a mission to colonize a habitable planet. While the crew is in suspended animation, the ship is struck by a solar flare, waking the crew, killing the captain, and doing damage to their ship.
And since the crew is now out of their hypersleep, the new captain makes the decision to veer off course and go investigate a mysterious signal from a nearby planet. Upon arriving on the lush green planet, the crew is almost immediately attacked by dangerous spores that kill two of the crew members and lead to the birth of two new alien menaces.
The crew has to fight for survival until they are rescued by a cyborg that has crashed on the planet many years earlier. The cyborg leads them to the ruins of an ancient alien city while they await extradition from the remaining crew aboard their spaceship. Unfortunately, they run into more and more aliens as the crew gets whittled down one by one.
The rest of the movie is the crew fighting for survival and trying to escape the planet and save the colonists back on board the ship.
We really can't go into more detail than that without spoiling the movie.
You really thought this was a Halo movie. Our streaming movie this week is 2000 sci-fi horror movie Pitch Black. Much like Alien Covenant, Pitch Black starts off with a ship traveling through deep space with all aboard suspended in a deep sleep. This time, the ship is struck by a meteor shower, and then it crash lands on an alien planet.
And this is one heck of a crash! Their ship gets spectacularly ripped to bits on the way down, killing most on board. Only a pilot, one Carolyn Fry, played by Rhoda Mitchell, and a handful of passengers are left alive, including, notably, Riddick, who is a convict in transit to prison, played by Vin Diesel.
After gathering their composure, the survivors, led by the pilot, head out in search of provisions and hopefully a way off the desert planet. They eventually come across an abandoned mining colony.
And this is where everything goes wrong. While at the abandoned camp, they find out that the planet is moments away from being plunged into total darkness of an eclipse that will last months, hence the title Pitch Black.
Unfortunately for the survivors, the planet is inhabited by horrible aliens that come out in the dark.
But as fate would have it, they have Riddick, who is really good at killing things.
Really good.
It's scary how good.
The crew heads back to the crash site to try to get some batteries to power an escape ship that they found at the camp, and they get caught in the dark along the way. They have to fight their way back to the camp while losing many people.
And again, that's about all we can say without, major spoilers. Both movies, for us, a little difficult to define genre-wise. Both have elements of horror with the threatening alien menace, science fiction with the outer space setting, and action with lots of shooting and violence.
And we like violence. The plots of both movies mirror each other.
Not perfectly.
Yeah, but they do, pretty darn close. Survivors of a space disaster have to band together to escape off on an alien planet, all the while being threatened by savage killer aliens.
I felt like Alien Covenant was more about a group working together to survive, while Pitch Black was more about a centralized anti-hero, Riddick. Kind of that relationship where the worst of them is actually their best hope to survive.
There were some other people that had their share of alien killing in Pitch Black, but yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
The settings also were vastly different. Alien Covenant was set on a planet that was lush and green and lots of water. It was very forest-like, while Pitch Black took place on a desert planet, completely devoid of plant life.
True, and the different settings created different challenges for the characters and did give the movies a different feel.
Probably most importantly is the difference in the alien monsters themselves. In Alien Covenant, which is the 6th movie in the Alien line, we get to see the return of the xenomorph as the main threat, and although we get a slightly new hybrid at the first, the same characteristics are there. Acid blood, projectile esophagus, and all that great stuff that's frightening and chills that we've gotten since the first in the series.
The Pitch Black aliens are lightning-quick flying creatures that only live in the darkness and use their speed to attack. There's also millions of them, as opposed to only a few aliens in Alien Covenant.
So, our ratings this week. For our Screen It option, Alien Covenant, we give it 3 stars.
And for our streaming option of Pitch Black, 4 stars.
Alright, we're down to it. What's going to be our recommendation this week?
Stream it.
I agree. Stay home, turn the lights off, and watch Pitch Black. It's got thrills. It's got chills. You think you know who the bad guy is, and then things get turned on their head.
Not that Alien Covenant is really a bad movie.
No, not at all. Alien Covenant is an alright movie. It's not bad, but the elements of which it has been made have been used better previously, and it just doesn't feel fresh and new.
Sequels don't have to be a complete reimagining of their predecessors.
No, they don't, but making sequels and prequels to something so iconic can be really difficult. Just ask George Lucas. If you're going to add to the story, you have to keep what is great while giving more. I've been frustrated with almost all of the Alien sequels because they make it seem like the xenomorph gestates and gets full grown in a matter of minutes. I get that it happens in a matter of hours, which is crazy fast, but the original movie lets you feel that time passing. It wasn't, oh, he's infected, suddenly bursting, and oh, now it's full grown and you're all gonna die!
You okay over there?
Yep, I'm good. My point is, if they are going to retell a story, especially a well-known one, they have to make the sequel feel fresh and exciting without betraying what was previously established. And I just don't feel like they did this with Alien Covenant. The story was okay, the effects were great, the action, okay, the characters were actually quite good and diverse. But it's not enough overall to add up to the spectacular movie that must be seen in theaters.
Now, Pitch Black is an older movie.
17 years ago, in fact.
But it was a great movie when it came out, and still a great movie. The characters, again, were really good and diverse. Vin Diesel's Riddick sticking out, of course. The story was more original and was a little bit better done than Alien. The effects were fine, and the action was done very well. Being kind of hard to define as a horror action sci-fi movie, it could be very easily get muddled up and kind of become mediocre.
I liked Alien Covenant, but I feel like that happened to a certain extent.
Right, but I don't feel that way at all with Pitch Black. There were some downright scary parts for the horror element. There were some neat shifts and text for the sci-fi part of it, and what was best of all for me, the action. It was just superb.
I know it's older, but I still remember getting a thrill when I first saw it. It helped not knowing what to expect, but I really liked and cared for the characters, and they were all interesting.
A movie is always better, no matter what, if you care about the characters.
Absolutely. That's it for us this week. Thanks for watching Screen It or Stream It.
And remember, don't take your kids to the movies on Tuesday nights, because that's when we go.